Cool. So I think we're just about ready to start. I'm Sharon. I'm from the X team, and welcome to our first focused webinar on shared design libraries. We are super excited to introduce this new feature to you guys. It's a total game changer. In this webinar, we have our lovely product manager, Dana, who will be sharing with you a live walkthrough, and she'll be reviewing how to create, manage, and share your design libraries with your team. So we have a lot to focus on today. In this webinar, we'll be covering what design libraries are, how you can customize your design library using something called the theme manager. We'll be going over how to create and save your design assets, how to manage your design libraries, share them with your team, how to manage your team account and set roles and permissions. And then we'll talk about a little bit what's coming next. So as always, this session will be recorded and available for you to watch later. You can check it out on our webinars page. Dana will be working on one of our site templates that's available for you on our EditorX website. So feel free to go there and you can use the exact same template that she'll be using today if you want to kind of create at the same time. So it's great for that. And then if you haven't already, you can join our forum, Community X. We have tons of product managers just like Dana and designers and experts that are there actively answering your questions, or you can join discussions with other users and kind of share your experiences there, ask for advice. So be sure to sign up to join those conversations. You can sign up there at editorxcommunity.com. And yeah, if you have any direct questions that you'd like to email us directly about, you can just email hi@editorx.com. So I think that's enough for me. I'll hand it over to you, Dana. And yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Dana. I'm a product manager for EditorX. I'm also the product behind design libraries. I'm super excited to be here with you and to talk about this new feature for the first time. So today we're basically going to explain what design libraries are and how to create and manage them. Design libraries are a great tool to streamline your work. You can reuse assets and design elements across your site under the same account and share them with your teammates to drive collaboration. So for example, if you're working on a project, you can use libraries to organize your brand book, build design guidelines, and reuse common elements that you use on a daily basis.
Before you start, I'll just remind you guys, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to send them to us as we go along. We'll collect kind of all the questions that you submit from the Q&A box and have a little Q&A session at the end. I may interrupt you, Dana, if it's okay, but we'll collect all the questions and go over them at the end. If there's anything that we don't have time to address, feel free again to reach out to us directly.
Okay, thanks, Sharon. So let's start. Let's take a look at my design libraries. So I go to the tools in the top bar and open design libraries. So these design libraries are available on any of my sites, and I can even share them with my team when I'm on a team account. Let's create a new library. I can choose to import the typography, the color scheme, or the assets from the current site, or I can uncheck the boxes to start from scratch. But let's check the boxes back and hit the create. So this is a newly created library. A library can contain typography, color schemes, and design assets, which are elements and design that can be added to the canvas. Okay, now let's rename it. I'll use the brand name, Gigaplay. And this is where I can actually share this library with my team. We'll dive into it a bit later. So now I'm closing it. Actually, let's show where it is. It's right here. Okay, so let's close this. And before we start the customization, let's first talk about the site scene manager. So this is the scene manager of the current site. From here, you can define the typography and palette of the site you're designing. to optimize your design process, try to use these colors and text themes when possible, because if you want to change your design later on, you can easily update the site theme from the scene manager, and everything will update accordingly. So let's start with the colors. The color palette that you see here consists of 25 colors. You can easily customize the range from here, like this. Or you can manually change each and every color this way. You can even enter any hex value here. So let's see how it actually works. I select this button, and let's try to look at the background color of this button. So I can use one of the site colors that are available here. And as you can see, it reflects the colors that we have on the scene manager. Or I can use a custom color down here. Let's keep this color that was previously selected. And now let's change the palette from the scene manager and watch how the button color has changed. So let's maybe modify it and change it to a greenish color. And oops, the inspector was open, so you couldn't see everything, but okay, let's do it again. Okay, so I changed it to green, and it happened to me again. I'm sorry for that. You can see that the color has changed, but also every element that was using the same color changed as well. This menu has changed to green. If I cancel, I'll get back the light blue color. So, so same goes with text. I'll go to the typography in the scene manager. And from here, I can choose a font. I can customize it, change the style. I can even upload my own font from here. And then I can apply it to the scene by clicking this button. So let's take a look at how it works on the canvas. So I select the text element. I can select a typography from this dropdown. Let's go with heading 1. Now, for example, I can make it italic. And it will actually override the typography theme that I set in my scene manager. So any property with override will not be impacted by changes I make to the site theme. You will see this asterisk sign here that marks the override. So now I can open this dropdown again to reset the changes that I've done, or I can update the scene manager, and this will bring me back to the scene manager, and I can hit apply save. Okay, so now I understand how the scene manager works.
Just to interrupt you for 1 sec, Dana. So does that mean that if you made that italicized and that overrid the theme manager, so if you went to the theme manager and made changes there, they would not appear on the canvas, right?
Exactly.
Great.
Okay, so let's change the current theme. So again, I'm opening the scene manager. And let's make a small change here. I'm making it purple again. And now I want to save it to an existing library. So I click the design libraries and save colors to library. From here, I can select any one of my libraries, but let's save it to the GigaPlay that we just created when we started, and I save it. Now it asks me if I want to replace the current theme, and I hit the replace, and there we go. Now we can go back to design libraries and see that the change is reflected here. So now I will shortly talk about My Designs. My Designs is a tool for quickly, let me first close this. So
before you dive into that, can you show us maybe a little bit how to customize each color in the palette?
Sure. Okay. So I'm opening the Steam Manager. And again, I have two tabs here, one for typography, one for colors. So this is an easy and quick way to control multiple colors at the same time. But if I hover on one of the colors, I can click the edit, and then I can make like small modifications from here. Or alternatively, I can click this box to add like a very specific color that I want to use. Okay.
Great.
Okay. So so let's talk about my designs. So my design is a tool for quickly saving favorite elements and designs for future use. You can save your design assets locally to my design or save them to your libraries to share with your team. So let's switch a page. So here, let's say this is a section that I highly use on my sites. I'll select it. I'll right-click it, or I don't know if you're aware of that, about this context menu, always open the right-click. And then I select Save to Design Assets. Now I can give it a name. Let's call it title. And then I select whether I want to save it to my assets or to an existing library. And let's save it again to GigaPlay. Save. And now any asset I save is added to design asset in the add panel. So I go to the add panel, and under design assets, these are my local assets under my assets. And here all my libraries are listed. So there we go. This is the new title that we just added. I can actually easily move the designs, rename them, and delete them from here, from the context menu. So for example, I can save this asset to a different library.
The design under my assets will be saved locally just on the site level, right?
They're saved on the account level, actually. And maybe mine is on the user level, actually. So if I have other users in the account, they won't see my design, but I can use them across my sites. Okay, so now let's head back to my design libraries and see all the changes that we did so far. So again, tools, design libraries. Let's open the new library, and we can see the colors here, the new assets, and everything is in place. So design libraries is our first released feature under our new team collaboration suite. It's really powerful when working with team members on different projects and brands. To share a design library, you'll need to join a partner program and create a team account. You'll have access to their team management page where you can add users to your account, assign them different roles, permissions, and access levels. And you should know that unlike contributors, teammates have access to all your sites. I'll just quickly show you how it works. So this is an example of a partner homepage. So here, if I go to settings, under team management, I have a list of my teammates. And if I want to add a new team member, I'll click the invite and let's add this nice person. Then I can assign permissions. Let's make him an admin, for example, and then send the invite. That's it. Okay. So going back to design libraries and to the GigaPlay. So remember we mentioned this toggle before. So once you are on a team account, the share button will be available. And libraries appear as private by default. Once I share it, anyone under the team account can use it. And users with managed permission can also edit the shared libraries across the sites. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to share with you guys on design libraries. Soon we will release new pre-designed libraries made by Editor X for a source for reference and beautiful inspirations. And I think we cover design libraries.
Thanks so much, Dana. So yeah, we went over kind of a lot in a short amount of time, and I see a bunch of questions that rolled in. So I think we will start with the questions, Dana, if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
In the color palette, there are kind of color themes for different types of elements. So there's background colors, action colors. So someone was asking if you can explain what an action color is.
Okay, so basically these labels help us understand how the colors are connected to elements when using templates. So if you're starting with a template, let's go back to home. Usually, the actions, the buttons, will use this palette, while the background color will probably use this dark color, and the text will use this. That's like a general guideline, but you know, there are exceptions. So it's kind of it's a guideline to maybe go by our own best practices, but you can of course use this color to any type of element, and you can override it and do whatever you want with your 25 colors.
Great. Are all the colors linked to the theme, or is it possible to specify colors that will never change?
So yeah, so this is what we call custom colors. So if we go back to our button, sorry, this is where I control the background color. So as long as I select a color from this palette of 25 colors, it will be connected to the site theme. However, let's select this, let's say red color. I selected it from the custom colors, from my colors. And from now on, this is not going to change unless I change it from the design panel. So any change I do from now on the color theme will not impact this specific button.
It will override that.
Yes.
Great. What if you want to globally change the color with a specific hex code?
Yeah. So let's say I want to control this center purple color. This is where I do it. It's really simple. You click this, and then you enter whatever you feel like, a black color. That's how we do it.
Awesome. And someone's asking if you can upload other fonts that aren't available on the editor.
Yes, definitely. Let's go back to typography theme. I'll take this for an example. From here, from this dropdown, I select a font that exists on Editor X, but here, this is where I can upload my own fonts. And you can see that I already use my own custom fonts here, but I can upload some more. And this will take me to the file browser.
Awesome. And I think about the question previously, it was my fault. I didn't understand the entire question, but they were asking how you can change that range of colors as well.
Yeah. So the pencil edit box radio, this is where you control the whole bar.
And you can enter a custom color there as well with the hex code.
Yeah.
Awesome. If you override the theme manager, the theme will not apply. So it sort of breaks that link to the theme manager, correct?
So you're referring to text, right?
I guess to any property that has an override.
Yeah, so any properties that has an override, yeah, exactly. So it will still be connected to the site theme, but the specific override that you created will no longer be connected. So if I, like, for example, change the color of the text, let's go back to this one. I'm using heading 1, right? So
Mhm.
change the color to red. And now, oh, yeah. So now I can see the asterisk here for the override.
Mhm.
Let's go back to heading 1 and edit this. If I change the color from here, it will change across the site, but it will not apply on this specific element because there is an override for the color.
Right. Perfect. Somebody is asking if it's possible to reset all elements with a specific style. For example, heading 1 from the theme manager, even after you've changed them. So I think.
Yeah. So I click the drop down and it's right here, reset changes. And then it goes back to the heading 1 theme.
Amazing. Another question we have, is there a way to share my design libraries with other account holders?
It's a great question. Not yet. Hopefully will come further down the road, but not yet. Currently, you have to have a team account in order to share with other users.
Just stay tuned, guys. Is there a way to save or back up the design assets under my assets off of the platform? Could you save it?
Like download it somewhere? No, not really. But they're in a good place. Like they're available on all your sites at any time. I guess that's what we offer currently.
Mhm. Could we add a repeater to the design library?
Yes, we can, but we cannot add applications currently. Like if you have a form, you won't be able to save it to My Designs or the library.
But if you add a repeater to your section, you can save that.
Yes.
That's great. Let's see what we have. How can I implement an asset to the website? So I guess if you already have them saved, how do you use them on your site?
Oh, yeah. So let's create a new page and see what we do here. Why am I opening the layers panel? I don't know. New page. Go to the page and then I open the add panel. And if I go to this specific library, I just hit the asset and it will be added to this page. That's it.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to, I guess, set a gradient within the color palette? Kind of like the background that's shown on the site.
No, this is made with an image. So no, not really. But it's a good opportunity to pass on feature requests.
Yeah, definitely. You guys could always contact us directly with any feature requests. We love to see them, and it's really important for us to hear your ideas. If you don't have a team account currently, is this something that you can use on your account alone so that you can still use your design assets across your sites?
Yeah, definitely. It's a good question. So if you're using, if you have like a single user account, it's just you or you're sharing with another user. Libraries are there. They're available for everyone. What you should know is that if you have contributor on the site, the contributor will not have access to the libraries, but you do have those libraries available.
Mm-hmm. Great. Someone's asking if every font will work on the web, so any possible font they have that you can upload.
Tricky question. I've never heard of something that didn't work, but you can give it a try.
Yeah.
It should work.
Yeah, and I guess if you run into any trouble, again, shoot us a message and we will be happy to help. Is it possible to, oh, you already answered that. Are design libraries unique to each website, or would one draw designs from the same library on their account, regardless of which site they're working on?
Yeah, so the libraries are shared across all the sites. So it doesn't matter from which site I open the libraries, I see the same collection of libraries. So they're shared across the accounts, basically. I hope this answered the question.
I think so. Let me just see if there are any. I think those are concisely stated. I think those are the main ones that we have answered. Yeah, so I hope we helped you understand how to use design libraries. There's a lot of information to take in, but this webinar will be recorded and uploaded to our webinar page, so you'll always have it to kind of look back on. So yeah, this tool essentially is super useful for working with teams on a project or brand, where you can create kind of like a brand guideline or a brand book and share common elements that you use on a daily basis. So it really helps kind of streamline that workflow and make sure everyone's on the same page, and encourages collaboration. So yeah, reach out to us at hi@editorx.com for any specific questions. And don't forget to check out our academy at editorx.com/academy. Join our forum to engage in conversations with us. And yeah, you can reach us at any time. Tal, did I miss anything?
No,
I don't think so. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Dana. I hope you guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, everyone.